not stressed about the condition of my Lego rooms. And I say rooms because I have a parts room and I have a display room.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
$20,000, $53.99 balance. This Lego? Is this Titanic? What is this?
Adult Lego culture has become a full-on trend. People in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s are building Lego sets, and the results are honestly pretty impressive. But mixed in with the creativity, there's the underlying aspect of consumerism. The prices keep rising, the collections keep growing, and the sets continue getting bigger. And to top it all off, people are actually going into debt to get more Lego sets. I've pulled a few clips from across the internet of people sharing their experiences and sharing their collections for us to check out. So let's hop into it.
It's become so normalized to a point where if I tell somebody, oh, we do a podcast about Star Wars, we talk about Lego and stuff, it's now become almost cool.
I agree. I did that. That was the thing.
The third point is the love Lego. It's great to go to Target, go buy a set with your anniversary, build it.
Yeah, if I bring a girl home to this, it's away games only.
Become something that's cool. It's not something that you have to hide anymore and be ashamed of.
Listen. This, I agree with all those points, that it's awesome that my favorite thing is when people come to us and they're like, hey man, you got me back into building, blah, blah, blah. Those are the people that I like.
That's why we place it up.
If you want to build, and I love that. That's why I made that point earlier, but you're going to get posers. It was the same thing as skateboarding. It was the weird thing to do. All the weird kids skateboarded. Then it became cool and you get posers. I was a poser.
But why is that an issue? I don't understand why you're trying to limit people to not being able to enjoy the same
Because
hobby.
then Lego puts all their time and resources into botanical and flowers to get dudes laid and doesn't put time and resources into Star Wars.
Is Lego actually good game? I'm not sure I've heard that one, but these guys are obviously a little bit younger and they're quite passionate about Lego, it seems. They're pretty funny. I thought this was a good introduction clip talking about the trend, kind of the mindset. And I think an important part of this is how they mentioned posers. Like, posers come when something becomes a trend. So it's obvious that Lego has hit that like trending level where people are faking liking Lego. Like, who thought we would have ever gotten to that day? But here we are. This guy shows how much some of the different sets cost. Lion King, $100. Jaws, $150. Harry Potter.
Run.
These prices are insane, man. $450 for a car. And they're huge. I mean, that Eiffel Tower had to have been a couple feet tall, and this Titanic is taking up the entire table. So this kind of just goes to show that these collections are huge, right? You can see others that aren't in this video in the background, like a massive spaceship, and it's super expensive. It's priced for adults, not kids. At least these sets. I'm sure there's some cheaper, smaller sets, but Lego is specifically targeting adults, and you know, that's fine. As one commenter mentions, some people spend money on crack, so I think this isn't that bad. Let me get another set. And he's right. Like, everybody has their hobbies, and this is definitely better than crack. Across the internet, this is one of the crazier collections I came across.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Look at the detail, like all the little guys up on the pillar and in the crowd right there. It's got full-on buildings that are 15 stories tall. In that last video, they showed that each Lego set was $100 to $600, and there is an uncountable amount of Lego in this room. I can't imagine how much this dude spent on all of this. It's got to be at least $100 grand, right? I'm not sure the pricing of all the little stuff, but I'm sure some of it's more rare, more collectible than other things. And frankly, it's pretty awesome. If I came down into this dude's basement and I saw this, two things would come to mind. One, hell yeah. Two, what are you doing? Because I know a grown man paid for all this and built all of this. And at a certain point, you have to draw the line and say, okay, I don't need any more. But it's the nature of consumerism, and this is a great example of it.
What world possibly is this considered reasonable in any way? Navy Federal. It's for vets. Well, or at least you got to know a vet or be related to one in some kind of way to get in, right? And they love you because you have a literal $20,000, $53.99 balance. This Lego? Is this Titanic? What is this?
It's Pokemon cards and the cash advances, basically.
Pokemon
For the
is
Pokemons and for the Legos.
It's about the same thing,
The cash
right?
advances for the toys. Yep. For the toy. What the That is insane. In what world possibly is this considered reasonable in any way? Hey, by the way, how long does this take to pay off if you do not purchase on it and you only put your minimums towards it, which you do?
I think about like 40 or 50.
31, but that's still crazy.
31 years.
That is crazy. You'll be nearing retirement age.
I know, and that's kind of part of the reason where I was like, I started seeing your show, and I was like, I really need to get my together.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, I'm sure this guy isn't alone. I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people going into massive debt for Pokemon packs and Lego sets that are essentially one and the same, right? It's a hobby that somebody has as a kid that they take into adulthood with them. And going into debt for it is crazy. Like we talked about, it's better than buying crack. It can be a good hobby, but do you need to buy $10,000 worth of it? Especially if you're going to carry that debt for 30 years? Definitely not. Some of the comments. Aaron Kelly says, I like the way he admitted he needs to get it together. First step, bro. I agree, right? First step, he admits he has a problem, and hopefully he can get it back on track. Some of the other comments are a little bit more harsh. Anthony Bryan says, I will never understand adults who are into toys and playing cards. And Nick French says, prolonged adolescence is a huge issue in this country that no one is talking about. I think both of these are fair criticisms. It definitely has to do with other things, right? People are living at home longer because they can't afford housing and people can't get jobs and all of these other aspects. But we have a lot of 30, 40-year-olds like Disney adults who are acting like they're 13. You know, one Lego set here, one Lego set there is fine, right? You can still enjoy things. You can still play with toys, but when you start going into 5 figures worth of debt for Lego sets, you know, we're starting to hit a real problem here.
I'm probably too old to be making a reel, but here we go. This is the basement
Never
of
too
bricks.
old, man.
We have the UCS Home 1, the Black Gate, and the Shire with the bag end set on top, and our Rebel and Imperial support fleets. Over here, we've got Helm's Deep, full battle. We've got Executor, 2011, Jabba's Palace, Edoras, which I will take out at some point and show you better. We have our UCS
They're
Star
huge,
Destroyer
man.
decked out like Thrawn's Chimera. We have our new build here. You can probably guess what this is going to shape up to be.
I can't.
I live in an older home with a small basement, so many of you might have fought this battle already, but storage, display, most of my battle.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it cuts off right there, but this guy's got his basement absolutely filled. You know, there's stuff hanging from the ceiling. It looks like his closet down there is, you know, filled with Tupperware, different colors. And he doesn't sound like a young guy. He doesn't sound like he's in his 20s. You know, he sounds older, more like his 50s. So it just goes to show this is a massive reach. It's not only young people, it is older people that are partaking in this. And it doesn't seem like he has any financial issues or anything. So go ahead. But he actually shared an interesting comment. Basement of Bricks is his page if you want to check him out. Appreciate the kind comments. I hadn't built Lego since I was a kid in the 80s and 90s, but during COVID, my kids and I started, and it was a lifesaver for me. I think it brings up a great point. Like, this can be a great hobby that you enjoy doing with your kids. You know, it's not as boring as some of the other stuff that you would have to do with a kid, and you can build great relationships over some of the things that you build. So not all of it is negative, and some people can have great experiences with it. So I figured I would throw that in there.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy.
Those are the type of clips where I kind of get it. Like, it's so mesmerizing to sit there and watch that. And to be honest, it's super impressive. Like, this dude has a mountain range in his room. But again, another Lego room. I figured I would throw that one in there and the next one that we'll check out to just show how impressive some of these people's collections / sets are. Like, that is insane. I can't imagine how long this takes to build, how much it costs, and how many pieces are in here. Like, even at the start, the interior of the mouth is like extremely detailed. And it made me laugh whenever I found this video because a bunch of people in the comments were frustrated about the usage of Legos instead of Lego, which has saved me for this video because I would have never known that. But I'll pop up a couple of the comments of people correcting the usage of Legos.
Talks about the fact that you can buy Lego sets at the end of every year and then just not open them for another year, and they'll be worth 2 or even 3 times what you paid for them. See this Minecraft Lego set that is selling for $110 on Amazon right now? I was buying a ton of these last year for $36 each, and as you can see, this one order, I bought 99 of them.
quantity.
Not only that, but I told everyone in my newsletter that I was buying them in that moment. I told everyone, hey, I'm buying these for $36 because I think they're going to go up in value. And once again, fast forward to today, less than a year later, they went from $36 to $110. And it's not going to stop there, right? Like, no one started Christmas shopping yet. So the price is going to go up even further. This is possible because Lego retired that set last year. They're never going to make it again. So you can only buy them from people who have them. There are a few hundred sets retiring again this year, and you better believe that I'm going to be buying about 80 to 100 different sets and buying a truckload of each of them and doing the same thing all over again next. And no, this is not a bubble. This is not Beanie Babies. This has worked for decades. Feel free to Google it.
This is dangerous. It's funny to me that he addresses the Beanie Babies thing because all of this stuff is cyclical in a way, right? I mean, who knows what the price of Lego is going to do, but buying 100 sets and then he says, and it's going to keep going up. People are going to lose money. People that have no idea what's going on with Lego are going to say, oh, Lego has to go up. So then they're going to go buy this for $110 and it goes down to $60 and you still made a little bit of money, but that person just got wrecked. So I would say be super cautious anytime you hear something is guaranteed to go up in price, because if it was guaranteed, people would be doing it. So be careful. And also, if you bought 100 of these things, like, where are you going to put 100 Lego boxes for 5 years? Like, is it worth that? And then when you sell them, you're going to have to package them all up. And are you going to flood the market with a ton of new quantity? I mean, a ton of things wrong with this, but I wanted to include this. Be careful. if you are a big Lego collector, just know nothing is ever guaranteed, and yeah, just be careful. Well, that'll do it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a subscribe for future videos, or maybe check out a couple of my prior ones. I appreciate you watching all the way through, and I'll see you next time.